Okay guys, I'm back. Craig's just come in, dealt with the live chat function, and what a match this is. Now, whether I get through the full match or not before I get shouted, I do not know. However, Ross Fernie, John McAllister. John has had one hell of a Saltire event. He's played Scott Gillespie, I think he's played Jack Whalen. He's now playing Ross Fernie. It's a who's who of the pool world. A Belhaven Scottish Series event too. This is the Saltire events. Brilliant event sponsored by Players Lounge, McGoldrick Sports Bar, where both of these events are played. Players Lounge in Falkirk, McGoldrick's Pool and Sports Bar in Glasgow, or Rutherglen for some people. Onboard Sportswear, Coors, numerous other sponsors that you'll see on the screen, guys. Thanks to these people, makes this very, very possible. And behind the scenes work by Craig, who on Scottish Cuesports streaming is definitely a phenomenon in this game. Paul and Santa have put on a great show. These tournaments are definitely up there with the best. Some of them even referring to them as majors, like I mentioned earlier. And I think when you see the kind of names involved in these events, that they're definitely up there with any tournament that you can go and play in. So call them the Scottish majors if you want. Well, Fernie's played the 3-ball plant there. I think he was hoping to land a little bit better, but it looks as if he can still nick the yellow in and maybe come round the angles. Both yellows pass into the bottom right corner, so he's definitely got a chance.
On table 5, we have Ryan Fleming, David Markey.
And on table 5, David Markey will play Ryan Fleming, so that will be a hell of a match. Oh, Fernie, he's decided to try and screw off the top cushion. I think maybe running around the angles and taking the yellow in the pocket where the black is, but also if it doesn't come far enough, the yellow would pass into the bottom left. But I'm not going to tell Fernie where he's going wrong. The guy is a class act. Martin Shades has got back to 3 each with Scott Higgins. Chris Totten 3-2 up on Scott Dunbar, and John on 2-1 on Michael Bissett. Nathan Hunter is 2-1 down to Clint Jansen. Scott Gillespie 2-0 up on Preston McInnes. Michael Tomlinson 1-0 up on Gary Robertson, and Dylan Stanfield 1-0 up on Johnny McDermott. Back we go to this match where John McAllister's now at the table on reds, and a chance after a mistake by Ross Fernie. Let's see what kind of stuff our man John McAllister can do here. I'm pretty sure he'll be fancying his chances at taking these reds out. It's just a case of mapping them out. Won't be easy. It never is. Always looks easier right enough when you're watching on TV. Done it a million times myself, screaming and shouting, roll that and jab that and stun that back. And then when I'm at the table myself, it becomes a touch harder, guys, I can assure you of that. But most of you watching will already know that. Deciding to just drop that in. I don't know if he was trying to hold for a better angle in the middle, if he was pushing through to maybe play that red into this bottom corner, but it's kind of in between shots here. Don't know how many viewers we've got, but hopefully all of you that are tuning in are enjoying the event. I know it's always better with some commentary. We've spoken about that many times on here. And earlier on, Finlay Anderson and Ludo gave it a wee go. Finlay was actually quite good with myself. He and Ludo did it earlier on. I think no matter who is in the box, it makes a big difference hearing some voices, in my opinion. So as long as I'm here, guys, you'll hear my voice, or the voice of Ali McCoy from Wish, as many people have alluded to. That yellow to me doesn't pass the red, so if it does, Ross has got half a chance. We'll find out right here. It looks as if he's going down and playing this, so this must go. No, he's just playing a nice kind of containing shot. He's not managed to get where he was hoping for. I think he was wanting to try and come in the back of the yellow. However, he's left John the long red. If he decides to take it on, he might play the double back, essentially taking the bottom right hand pocket. But yep, I think that's the way to go. I think John will be quite aggressive here. If anybody is on the live chat function, if you can let us know that you're hearing us loud and clear. It seems awful quiet in here. And John McAllister not 100% on the shot he wants to play here, knowing that Ross Fernie's 3 yellows are in premium position and very likely that he'll take them out. So this shot is massive. What would you do, guys? What would you do? Would you slam it in? Would you play the double? Would you? Well, let's see what he's doing. Oh, what a shot. What a shot, John McAllister. That double looked tight, and obviously it flew in, but from the angle on the screen, it looked like it wouldn't pass the yellow across into that bag, but brilliant shot from John McAllister. And he now has a chance on these reds to take the first frame here against Ross Fernie. Chris Totten 4-2 up on Scotland Bar. Clint is now 3-1 up on Nathan Hunter. Scott Gillespie 3-0 up on Preston McInnes. Don't see any other changes on the scorecards right now. I'm assuming that the red closest to the cushion goes. If it doesn't, he's landing in a little bit of no man's land. Maybe he can just screw straight back towards the yellow and he'll be okay. He could screw straight back, just playing it in off the left-hand knuckle as we see it. So, barring a massive error from John, this will be 1-0. Justice Black for a 1-0 lead. And he duly delivers. So 1-0, John McAllister versus Ross Fernie. And this mammoth tie live on Scottish Cuesports streaming. We're here at the Saltire, event number 2, the Belhaven Scottish Series. These events played in the Players Lounge in Falkirk. Brilliant sports bar with a lot of tables. Get yourself down there, guys. McGoldrick's Pooling Sports Bar. Rutherglen, just on the edge of Glasgow. Once upon a time it was part of Glasgow. Brought to you by Coors Light. I mean, I think it's just Coors. I don't know where I got the light from there. But Coors on board. I've seen a few other sponsors flying across the screen, so I keep missing the ones that I'm not saying, as you can imagine. If I'm not, they are RJM Sports. Those guys do some cracking stuff. Most of the pool world at one point in time was getting their t-shirts and stuff from there. They do loads of football goods, loads of sports goods. Definitely worth looking up if you're involved in most sports. I think they do everything from speed ladders, cones and stuff for your football teams and all that kind of stuff. And as I say, they'll do all your printing and embroidery and things like that as well, so worth looking up. Onboard Sportswear, as everybody knows, is now a major player in the pool world. They are printable t-shirts with all different designs. Have made things very, very exciting. People making their own designs, going with the flow on certain designs, but they've definitely moved the goalposts for the better. Mr. Ludo has popped his head back in, the man that was on the mic earlier. Are you joining us, Lud?
I think I'm on shot.
All right. He's going to try and go into this red here. He's decided to drop that in. Maybe playing a...
Martin Shields, hope he gets on. Good luck. I've been on the pikes like myself all day.
Ludo popped his head in there, and to be honest, when he just left, I didn't actually know what he said. I just nodded my head, and I think he's saying he was going to watch Martin Shades, who's been on the pints all day. Good shot, John McAllister. It was never going to be easy from here. I think if he runs this in, he should be able to come back across. But the red down the bottom left-hand side is awkward. The two reds that he's about to play in the middle of the table are awkward. So a bit of work. That's Ross Furness, sorry. Ludo has totally mixed me up there. Totally mixed me up. Head absolutely fried there. I thought John McAllister was at the table. It was Ross Furness. Everyone on stream must have been wondering what the hell I was talking about. Thanks for that, Ludo. Basically, when I think John was at the table when I looked round to speak to Ludo. Obviously, I've looked back round and it's Ross, but you guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So this black for 2-0. Ross had a chance, and like I said, although I was mixed up, the reds weren't easy. The red down the bottom left was awkward, the two in the middle were awkward, and that's the one that ended up catching Ross out as he goes to drop it in to the right middle. It's ended up roll in the pocket and allowed John to get in and take away a nice finish and go 2-0 up in this match. Still not. So usually the live chat function on the stream is absolutely buzzing with people. Definitely worth wondering what the hell is going on there. So it doesn't seem to be working, because I'm pretty sure one or two of you would have said by now that This is phenomenal commentary. Sitting here myself, looking at the chair, the empty chair next to me, expecting a response or I don't know what. I'm away on one there, guys. So, frame number 3. See if we can check out some scores as well, guys. 4-3 Scott Higgins, Michael Bissett 3-1 down to John Owen. Clint Jansen is now 4-1 up on Nathan Hunter. Michael Tomlinson 3-1 against Gary Robertson. Ryan Fleming is on the 0 mark against Davy Markey, 1 up. Scott Gillespie 3, Preston 1. Anton and Andy Crosdale are just underway, so that is 0-0. Johnny McDermott, Dylan Stanfield 1-1. Scott Rorty and Paul Hartness 1-1. That right now is the scores on the doors, guys. And Ross Fernie at the table. Chance here that you think Ross has to take. There we go. The chat function is well and truly underway. I don't know why they call it chat when people are typing. That's, I don't know what kind of chat that is, but the typo function, it should probably be called. Paul Ramsey, James Green, cheers for that. Cheers for getting on and letting us know that I am heard loud and clear. A wee bit short there from Fernie, but I wonder if he can just drop onto the black. Drop onto the black and play the red along towards the left-hand top corner. And he's going to take this in the top. One good pot for the frame, good shot. So red, black. Let's drag that in, nice and easy. Colin McKechnie, thank you. The thing is, they do look like twins. They do look very alike. So when you've got a guy in the commentary box with painted on eyes, it's easy to make that mistake. God's honest truth, Colin, I looked away. Ludo came into the booth. I don't even know what he was saying. I looked round, asked him if he was coming in to commentate. He kind of mumbled some stuff, walked away, and when I looked back round, obviously I totally misread the situation. But yep, I mean, look, these two guys are the double of each other. Come on. So Fernie gets one on the board. 2-1 John McAllister. Fernie to break, frame number 4. This has got the hallmarks of a classic. What a break this is. What a break that is. These yellows look tough. So cheers, Colin, that's appreciated, mate. Well, Fernie will definitely be fancying taking out these yellows. He won't mess about. He's going to want to get this frame on the board, get himself on level terms. A couple of errors, uncharacteristic errors in the beginning. Colin DL. You know, that's probably something that most people would watch it for, but I've honestly, I actually didn't even look to see who the person was at the table. I just assumed that it was John. I don't know why, and I could be wrong. I actually thought John was at the table, and then when I looked back around, Ross was, but maybe it was always Ross. Like I say, the resemblance is uncanny. Just needs to make sure, leaves himself enough space off the cushion. I think he can. I think he's got enough angle just to come out a couple of inches, just to make the black a little bit easier. he might decide to play it in such a way where he's playing the black into the middle. He's dragged it in. Just off the cushion, and just about enough. Yep, he's just going to come back. A couple inches, black in the right middle. And then I'm saying the wrong sides and everything now. I'm under all sorts of pressure here, guys. What a break that was, Ross Fernie. And the finish to go with it. Well done. 2-2 here. So Goobsy now 4-2 up on Preston. Davy Markey 2-0 up on Ryan Fleming. Anything else changed? 4-1 Clint. I don't know if it was already 4-1. Maybe I've already said that one. Everything else is as we were, I think. Paul, I don't know what's happening, mate. Big Rammers came on here. Get your act together, Stevie, and I don't know what's happening, mate. I really don't. I think it could be time for some good old shut-eye. These chairs are quite comfortable in here. It's a hell of a break as well. It's just not came out as good as what Fernie's did a minute ago. There's a lot of work to be done here. It looks like the reds are the best in the case of the yellows, one on the right cushion, the one next to the red in the middle, and obviously the two up in the top right corner. Nothing's easy on yellows. Nothing. I mean, you've got a few reds in the open that gives you half a chance to make something happen here, but not easy. Not easy by any stretch of the imagination. Stretch of the imagination. That was quite good. Just going for it right away here. How does it come out? It doesn't. It doesn't. That is, I mean, he's still got a few balls on the table to try and manipulate some kind of situation up there, but didn't come out as good as he would have hoped. And that's just made things a little bit worse. I don't think that red goes now. So from one extreme to another here for John. He's giving a wry little smile there, knowing that he's knocked that red into a right precarious position. However, full dictionary's coming out here, eh? Subconscious when it takes over. Can't remember the last time I read the dictionary right enough. It's got some strange words in it these days. And John's got serious work to do now. Can he drift this red inside all the balls in the top right hand corner? Maybe take that pocket? Nope. He cannot. It's a spanner in the works. It's a spanner. Nothing easy here for Fernie. I don't know if he can get on the plant straight away. The security's got Kieran. The security's got Kieran. Young Kieran, my future opponent. He's coming. Well, we shouted. Are we called? You coming in? You on? Yeah, he's staying away from me. The friendship seems to be over here. Young Kieran Kay, a young man on fire. He's won a couple of good games today. He's beat Hugh Thompson 7-2, I think. I might have seen that wrong, but I know he won that match. And then he beat Dylan Stanfield. I don't know what the scoreline was in that. I think it was somewhere similar. So, a young man on fire, playing some good stuff. He's got a really good coach, Mr. Reynolds, the man Renzi. Seems to be doing an amazing job of the talent that Scotland has. I know he's got some of the other guys in as well now, guys that have played a bit in the snooker scene and stuff, wanting to make sure they're not missing anything in the pool sense. So Renzi is the man that they've gone to. Paddy McAllister doing his usual shouting and bawling. Oh, he's looked at this plant a few times. He's at it again right now. Just doesn't want the yellow to nick behind the reds at the same time, like it just did. He might just have about the perfect angle to drop the yellow in the bottom. He might be lucky enough to just slide past the red and get himself a shot. With the red on the side cushion. And only one of the reds passing into the top right hand corner. I'd be surprised if he doesn't have a go here. Ah, there's the main man. The manager. Chris Ferrier, how you doing, sonny boy? Hope you're good, mate. The main man behind the B1. You know what's strange, guys? Where's Mad Mick? Where's Big Mick? Where's our Mick? Where is he? He should be here. If you're watching, Mr. Gallagher, what happened to you today? I'm guessing you pulled out. I would love to know why, mate. I hope it's not because me and Johnny and Mark and half of the gang were in this building. Not a bad shot from Ferner there. Chris Mellon is still in. That ain't a problem, or ain't no problem. Mellon is playing Gavin Robinson. This game's obviously not been called yet. It's due on for about 9 o'clock. Might go on early, who knows. It's scheduled for table 8, so it will be on this. No, it will be on one of the stream tables, guys. I'm all good, mate. I'm all good. So you back down south. Hopefully the stuff that we spoke about, you get yourself sorted, mate, and get the stuff that really makes a difference on track. I know, Mad Mick. Our Mick. Stevie, I've never been called Mick. No problem, mate, no problem. 9 o'clock is due on, but I'm pretty sure Clint's just won there. He might actually get called. He might actually get called just now because table 8 looks as if it is now available. So you might see Chris Mellon on now. Mark Boyle, Aidan Mark didn't make this event. I don't know what the reasons for that is, but Mark couldn't make this weekend, so Mark didn't play. Mark Farnsworth, another one that couldn't make it up. I think Mark had problems getting up the road early doors, so he's ended up pulling out the event. So a couple of big names: Mark Farnsworth, Mark Boyle, not playing this weekend. Still plenty of giants involved. We've got Michael Tomlinson 5-1 up, and Gary Robertson, Scott Gillespie still flying, Jamie Burnett, as you mentioned, Chris Mellon, Gav Robinson, Jack Whalen, a lot of good players still floating about. I think Jack Whalen was beat by Gio Edgar. I think I've seen that somewhere. I don't know what round that was in, if it was in a qualification round or what the script was, but still some big names in the event, guys. Always on track, my brother, always on track. Oh, Ross Fernie at the table here. Only kidding on, guys, only kidding on. Hadji's gone there, didn't I? He's Ross shouting at the screen. It's no Fernie, it's no Fernie. Oh, that is not good. Oh, I'll never forget Ross Fernie. Ross is one of my boys. Yes, James, you can. Unfortunately, I think some of them pulled out quite late. I know Mark Farnsworth pulled out today. I think he let them know this morning he was going to try and get up for the first round losers kind of games, but he decided not to come. But you can, for instance, if I'm not going to be able to make the event and you wanted to get in, and then you can by all means pay me for my spot and take the place. So you can. The idea is to try and keep the event as full as possible, so unused slots are definitely always available for the tour. A good shot from John McAllister there. He's got himself favourite in this frame now.
pictures of it.
Right, guys, I had to nick away for a wee sec here. I'm just looking at some of the questions. James Green, you can go into the Saltire Facebook page. All the details are on there. A lot of people that can't make the events will fire the information on there, saying that they can't make it or whatever for whatever reason, and maybe there'll be some people that have already put their name in saying, listen, I'm available for the next event. If somebody pulls out, I'll take the slot. And other people obviously can just sell their spot to anyone, give it to anyone. It's up to them to do what they want with their spot, but there will be other people that will put it on the chat to say, listen, I'm not going to make it if anybody wants it. So the Saltire Facebook page is a place to do that. Aidan, the tour is £550 for 5 events. That's it in a nutshell, mate. So bookies. Do you know what? I'm not 100% sure. Every now and again in the past, there's been somebody doing a bit. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if there's a. I've not actually noticed anybody doing any betting for it. James, no problem, mate. Chat got beat off John. Oh, right, okay, I didn't even see that. I knew that John had played Jack. I wasn't sure if it was in the losers qualification match or if it was before that. If you win these events, I'll tell you the breakdown right now. I've got it in front of me. One wee second just to get it up. So the winner, Aidan, the winner gets 1,600, runner-up 1,000. Beating semi-finalists are 700, quarter-finalists 400, and the last 16 all on 175, mate. Hope that clears it up for you, mate. Big Mick's in the house. Big Mick, what you gonna do? What you gonna do when it comes for you? So Big Mick is a Bridlington legend. Everybody, if you're on there and you're wondering who Michael Gallagher is, he is Big Mick. Good to see you're alive and well, mate. Thought you'd done a runner for us all there. Off to the Crucible for a couple of days. Well, there's worse places to be, mate. Who did you get in the first round, Michael? So Sullivan you've got. Yep, Aidan. The money's decent. Obviously, a lot of the guys are travelling quite a distance to get to these events, but I think the money's obviously a massive part of that. 1,600 quid for any weekend's work's not bad for 64-man double elimination. Effectively £110 an event. So it's not bad, and as you say, from the last 16, £175. I mean, it's a good day's wage for most people. So there's a lot of people that don't get anywhere near that. So you can come out and have a game of pool, play quite well, and go up the road with somewhere in the region of 175 and up. It's not the worst. It's not the worst. 4-2 John McAllister. Chance to go 5-2 with these yellows. Looks like he's going to leave the yellow at the top to last. Might get a bit of company in a minute. I was just saying to Paul there that I've mentioned to a few people to come in, and so far not much has been taken up. So it'll be handy for when I go and play, so that you guys have still got a voice. So he's came across for the bottom yellow, I think, here. Maybe he was trying to get a wee bit of side on that, just to come low enough past the red that he could play the one closest to the black, maybe just glancing off the black, pushing it slightly towards the middle. But he's kind of in no man's land here. He's between quite a lot. The angle isn't perfect. Landing on the cushion is obviously made it almost an impossible shot. I don't know if he can somehow push through, but trying to control the pace of the cue ball here, it's going to be near on impossible. Let's see what John does here. He's tried to just miss it with a wee trace aside. Hard shot to play whilst bridging over the edge of the cushion, so this became, I'm not going to say impossible to finish here, but he's giving himself a shot. That's all you can do. All right, Drew, no, this is not the Goob Meister. I'm guessing that's in some way meaning Goobsy, but no, Goob. I think Scott might be on just now. Well, he was. No, I think he's not, but no, this is Stevie Walker, mate. Stevie Walker in the commentary box. Unless I've got a new name that I don't know about. It's not the Goob Meister. Well, Chance Fernie probably thought he wasn't going to get here. Definitely a chance to get back to 4-3 and well in this match. John will be kicking himself that he's landed on the cushion off the yellow that he's cut into the bottom right. the Gobmeister JJI. Commentary Genius, I think. I think that's a better one. Is this the Commentary Genius? Score with Anton is... He's 4-3 down against Andy Crosdale. Thomas, he's on one of the other stream tables, mate. I'm not sure what one, right enough, but he is on one of the other stream tables. Lay tables won't come with commentary. I'm pretty sure you could put one up on your phone, one on your TV, something like that, and have the luxury of both. But he's 4-3 down against Andy. He's at the table right now. He's not got anything easy right enough. It's early on in the frame. John Joe, I was hunting for you earlier. Looked round 1 minute, you were there. Next minute, you'd gone. All right, Drew. I know he played Preston, and at one point he was 4-2 up, and then I've kind of nicked away for 5 minutes, came back, looked up at the screen just there as you commented, and noticed that the game's obviously done. So Scott awaits the win of the rest. Some incredible draws, but obviously I'm guessing Scott will be on his way up the road then. Well, we're saying that Jazz are still on just now. Jamie Burnett's still playing. Don't know if they travelled together. I know some of them do, but Scott will be back tomorrow then to play against the winner of this match. All right, mate, okay. So Ross Fernie back to 4-3. John's mistake there just caught him out. And Ross duly delivers with a good finish. I don't think there was ever any doubt that Ross was going to take them away there, but I've got no idea what just happened there. I don't know if Craig's doing that remotely somewhere else. The live chat function has literally just disappeared there. That's me got it sorted. Something happened with the screen there, but it's fixed. Yep, John Joe, 1 minute you were there, next minute I looked round, you were gonzo. I think that's when it all went wrong then, mate, when you left. But managed to scrape some kind of result and get myself into the last 32 anyway, so one more game tonight, win or lose, against young Kieran Kay, a young man destined for the top. Chance here for Ross. I think he can take this in the middle, take the one on the cushion. He can either come back for it, for the red into the right middle, or even the red into the top right hand corner. Then the red closest to the black. He's got a couple of options, but I think middle ball obviously is the obvious one first, and then the red down the cushion. It's just how he plays this here, whether he comes back a little bit. Well, he's looking at it in the top. He's obviously got the options. He's obviously got the option to come back and take it into the right middle if he catches it right. Drew, I'm not sure. I'm looking at the draw. It's saying 9 o'clock, but I actually thought there was a chance I get shouted on earlier than that. A few games underneath have been called, but I'm thinking it's probably so that this match can get full commentary. So I'm pretty sure when this match is done, I will likely get called as well to whatever table that is, and then we'll take it from there. Obviously, the game after this is a big one as well. So we'll just need to wait and see if there's somebody else willing to step into the booth if and when I get called. Yep, JJ, it was a wee bit. I mean, I didn't play bad against Anton. Played really well to get in front, and then it was a real horrible game. Wasn't many big finishes. Everything was awkward, and it just seemed to be that when the chances were kind of coming, it just seemed to be when Anton was getting in. So it was just it was a horrible game. For me, in the end, Anton was obviously happy to keep scraping the frames, but got a decent one against Shug and through anyway. Andy Boyle, how can you enter? Well, basically you have to go on to the Saltire Facebook page. The tour for this year is full, however spaces do come up in each event. The issue, or the one stipulation, is that if someone isn't going to enter the event coming up, so everyone has to pay their full tour. Every single player will pay that, 64 players, and then if you can only make 3 of the 5 events, then it's down to you to find someone to take your place in the ones that you can't make, and then it's down to you to if you decide to pull out of one of the events and you don't have someone to take your place, then you can put it on the Saltire page, and there will always be someone on there waiting and ready to take a spot if and when it comes up. So the only advice I can give, Andy, is to get yourself onto the Saltire page, wait for the next event to be advertised, which all the dates are on the page, but when the next one comes up, get your name in and say that you're willing and ready to take a spot, and when someone pulls out, you will be offered to buy that spot, or if you're first on the list, one of the kind of situations. Or next year when it goes up again, it's one of the, if you're not fast, you're last, because it does fill up really quick. It's a great event. Drew, thanks very much, mate, appreciated. Yep, JJ, it doesn't seem to be a stream friendly Walker Central today, because I've not been near any of those tables. Probably for the best, I suppose, but the only thing on stream just now is my voice and not my pool. Straightforward reds here. I don't think Fernie will be expecting to get back to the table here. John will be expecting to keep him in that seat as well, so it's kind of a ABC situation here. The only thing is how he decides to get on the one that I think, well, maybe take the 2 balls in the middle and then the one at the bottom first, and come back up for the red into one of the 2 middle pockets. He's going to take it in the bottom left-hand corner just now, which is absolutely spot on. Either way, he should be able to get close to the black here, so this should be straightforward enough. Have a look at some of the scores just now. Ryan Fleming from 2-0 down is 5-2 up on Davy Markey. Jamie Burnett 3-all with Ludo. 4 each Anton and Andy Crosdale. 3-3 with Johnny McDermott, Dylan Stanfield. Scott Rorty's 4-3 down against Paul Hartness. Gio Edgar 2-1 up on Scott Higgins. Dunster 1 up on David Gillis. Gav Robinson, Chris Mellon is 1 each. That started. What my head's away there. I thought they were keeping Gav's name, Gav and Chris, for this table. Didn't even notice it. That's a few times I've missed stuff today. So, but that's 1-1. 1-1 in that game. That's a cracking game. That's on one of the other stream tables, guys. If you're If you're enjoying this one, stay here. If you want to go to that one, then that's a good match to be watching. All live on Scottish Cuesports streaming. 3 tables. This is obviously the main table here. With Ross Fernie and John McAllister. John absolutely plumb to go 5-4 up. Losers qualification match between Michael Bissett and John Owen. He's on the last frame, 4-4. Winner of that will make it into this last 32 draw. And the winner of that will play Ryan Davey. It looks like Robert Stephen, Chris Totten is the match that's scheduled for this table after this match. Well, that's another good match for everyone. Chris was on the Pro Snooker Tour very, very recently. Getting himself involved more and more in pool. Well, that'll be a good match. 2 snooker players going at it in the pool table. Cramp in my back. Cramp in my back. Ah. That's not ideal when you're going to go on a pool table. You start getting cramp in the back. I've never had cramp in the back before. That was a bit awkward there. Fernie's break wasn't ideal, and this could put John McAllister on the hill. And I think the yellow next to the black passes into the right corner, so I really don't see any way that John doesn't take these. He's going to just nudge the red out the way just now while he's on it. He's played that perfectly. And John McAllister en route to going 6-4 up against Ross Fernie in the last 32 of the Belhaven Saltire Scottish Series event number 2. Live on Scottish Cuesports streaming. Stevie Walker in the commentary box. This is brought to you in McGoldrick's Belhaven Sports Bar. These events are also held in the Players Lounge, which is in Falkirk, the sports bar of the Falkirk area. Sponsored by Onboard, RJM and Coors. Just had a wee visit there from John McGinn. We've got McGinn, Super John McGinn. Different John McGinn from the one you're thinking about though. And John McAllister goes 6-4 up. Fernie heading out of this competition if this keeps up. It's hard to look back on any individual situation in this match, but there's one or two times early on in the match where Ross landed a bit awkward on certain positional shots, had to force the issue, didn't get them, gifted a couple of frames, and all of a sudden he's 6-4 down and heading out of the tournament if John somehow breaks in dishes here. GOAT commentary, Chris Ferrier, you are the man. And that is very much appreciated, mate. As I said, John McGinn has now entered the building again. What's happening, John? You coming on comms? He's not. He's just in. He's just popped his head in to see what's happening. The McToms of the comms. Best player in the world. And has he got a chance here? Reds, maybe? I think it has to be Reds. This is a chance. If that looks like a dead cert plant in the top, even if it's not, the red will go into the middle. I think the highest one of them will go in the top left-hand pocket. But if it does plant, in fact, I mean, it just depends how he plays these, because he could take these two down the bottom, get himself back out for the one in the left middle. Brings himself back here for the one in the left middle. He can play it up the top of the table and take either of the reds into the middle, the right middle, and that will open the game up. McTominay, a national treasure. From Chris Ferrier. You heard it first live on this chat. I mean, you've heard it week after week, but McTominay is a quality player, I'll say that much. I like the guy. I don't think he plays the right role. He should be playing out and out, box to box. You get the best out of the guy. Anyway, yep, JJ. Guys, if you're on the chat function and you know Monsieur Paddy, the man from Del Monte, the pigeon flyer guy, legend of the pool world. Well, he was schooled, destroyed, torn apart. Use any of these words. Explosion of a pool match happened in McGoldrick's where John McGinn totally taught Paddy a lesson. He's literally left here 2 seconds, JJ. It would have been great to have him on to explain how he got himself into the shape of his life, worked hard in the training ground, pumping iron in the gym so that he could come in and school Paddy in the pool table. I think it was 13.5 or something, I've heard. $13.5 to Monsieur McGinn. And John McAllister, he's made this a wee bit harder than it had to be. This is a big shot. He's going to have to play the cut plant here. Big shot. Be really unlucky not to be on something after this. And he's landed absolutely plumb. Cast iron John. Listen, I've heard John McGinn is now planning early morning, 4 in the morning gym sessions with big chains round his neck like The Rock. And he's on that, he's going to explain week after week like a motivational speaker how you tear players like Paddy McAllister apart on the pool table. I mean, that is information we all want to hear at the crack of dawn. I mean, is there anything better? Is there anything better? John McGinn. McGinn the machine. The destroyer of McAllisters. Just as well he's not playing John McAllister here. John McAllister would not be on 6. John McGinn doesn't mess about with McAllisters. John Midgem. Oh, well, back to the match at hand anyway, just for a minute, guys, because I don't see any way that this doesn't get finished here. And Ross Fernie heading out of the tournament and probably heading into one of the booths next to the bar in McGoldrick's for a chat with John McGinn to learn the art, the craft of taking a McAllister to school on the pool table. I'm sure he'll be ready and waiting for you, Fernie. There's no one better. He was wanting to get a bit closer there. Wanting to get a bit closer, but he'll fancy this black. It's a pressure blacks to win the match. Oh, and there it goes. There it goes. John McAllister is through. Ross Fernie, commiserations, mate. John McGinn, where are you? I'm going to need to get John McGinn to take Fernie a wee walk. A wee walk, have a wee chat. I mean, if I didn't even realise, guys, because if I'd known that he was... That's a lot of shouting going on in here. So John McGinn, I'm pretty sure he will spend a lot of time with Ross Fernie in the coming weeks, maybe months. John McGinn is he's a machine. I mean, let's just ask Paddy McAllister. Paddy is, I mean, I don't know if he'll ever get over it. John Joe, we spoke to Paddy the other night and he was threatening to quit the game completely because he's saying he'll never get to the level of guys like John McGinn. And I mean, you've got to aspire to get to John McGinn level, and that's where Paddy's going wrong. Paddy, you have to dig in, lads. If you're watching this, dig in. Do not give up, because everybody at one point in time was chasing the dream of being like John McGinn. Ross Fernie, go and find John McGinn. He knows how to whoop a McAllister. Well, next up on this table, guys, is Robert Stephen, and that went a bit wayward. All John McGinn did was pop his head in and ask me if I wanted a Coke Zero, and next thing you know, he's became the hot topic. You want to be a comedian on stage, you just need wee John in the front row and you're a whale, man, ain't you? Time of your life. Yep, Paddy took up golf the very next day. Here we go. Right, guys, that's me just been shouted, so I will love yous and leave yous and maybe be back if there's still some games on when I'm done.
Ryan Daly, John Owen.